Hey folks, Tarot Tuesdays. Hope we are all well and fantastic. Let's look at what's been going on today. What's going to happen today? See the Tarot Tuesday cards. There's also, I hope you're all coping with the retrograde at the moment, the Mercury retrograde. I know it's a lot of shifts, a lot of changes for people, but this is the time for it. Don't see it as a bad thing. See it as there's a new growth happening. Where are we holding on? Where are we hoping that things will change without any action from us? Where are the decisions that have to be made? These are all questions. These are all part of the retrograde system. So for the collective today, a couple more shuffles. Giraffe. Oh, I think we've had this out not too long ago. Giraffe comes out. So now it's about a different perspective, a higher perspective. You might have found this retrograde like knocking you about a little bit, but this is now taking the higher perspective. Not seeing what's just round the next corner. This is about the bigger picture. What's freeing you up? Is there a bit of a tower moment, like a bit of destruction going on in life? You know, a few endings, coming into new beginnings. This, but it frees you up. 6 months time from now, you'll look back and you'll be glad this happened. And also, when the giraffe comes in, it's about going up and taking the fresh leaves, the new, what's fresh, what's inspiring. And I feel it's really important to let people have their own road as well. Are we trying to influence people to fit your road, or are we trying to allow people just to be in their own road and their own lane, nurturing and nudging them along the way? Beautiful thing. The growth may be a bit hard to see at the moment, but you are growing. What that looks like at the end is yet to be discovered, but just know that you're going for a growth stage, and it's time to see the bigger picture in what's going on, not the immediate effects. Right, let's have a little look at what's the 3 cards are for today. And now for the collective. One for these falling out, so it's all about if they're going to come out, they'll come out again. For me, that's how I work. There's 1, 2, 3. So that's in. Okay, let's have a look at the first card. Love this. Right, so this is the chief. This is the chief. This is the king. This is the ruler. So this is important. Where are we being a compassionate ruler of our lives, or are we trying to influence others? Or are we being a tyrant? Or are we allowing tyrants to rule us? Now, alligator shows up. When alligator shows up, that means there's something to do with the mother and the family. There's some sort of something carried through the mother side. And I really think there's a place for the mother and the nurturing and so on. But there's also a wound that can be carried as well. But this is actually bringing things into action rather than passiveness, okay? So when the chief, the king, arrives, it's about high masculinity, but masculinity is action, get things done. This is an actionable day today. Also looking at your connection to the feminine. You know, is the feminine dangerous to you? Is being feminine dangerous? Is it seen as weak? So this is really about bringing balance to that. Balance to that within yourself, whether the masculine is raging a torrent at the moment and the feminine needs to be nurtured out, or it could be the feminine needs taming. So having that in balance. But remember, this is a big journey. Like, the chief doesn't get there without experience, and whatever's changing and shifting, there may be new scars being formed, but please allow yourself just to wear them scars proudly. It hurts when you're cut, but you do heal. Remember that it does pass, so that's really important. I know this is probably a bit of a life lesson, things that's going on for many at the moment. And when I say life lessons, it's not. This isn't about like, oh, I'm losing everything, I've got to just surrender. This is how you step up in adversity. What lessons have you learned? What patterns will you look at and reevaluate? Right, so there's a bit of inner work going on for everyone. This is retrograde time, so Mercury retrograde time. This card is all about speaking your truths. Okay, lots of transformation with the dragonflies there. Lots of spirit connection on these days as well. Now, it's so important that we use the energy for what it is. This is not about, oh, it's retrograde, oh, the world's going to pop, you know, what am I going to do about it? It's about actually that energy is around at the moment, so let's discover something about me. Let's nurture my own heart. Let's speak to ourselves with the greatest truths. Now, this is an 8 card, the infinity. So this pattern is a lifelong pattern for everyone. You know, it's using the times and the energy around at the moment to help you in a certain direction. So there's no such thing as, oh, this is a negative time, or the world's going to pop. Hang on, we're evolving. So in that comes reflection and the realization that it's only you that's going to nurture your heart. You can't expect others to do that. Like, you can offer your heart knowing that it's going to be safe. It still may be stabbed, it still may be hurt, but this is why we've come for this great existence. Cool, I know it's summertime and that, but this generally means my travel card, so obviously it's a bit of travel, but this is all about a journey as well, and also a getaway. You know, sometimes we need to have a little time away to reevaluate and reassess what's going on. Who's steering your ship? Like I said in the previous card, this is about you steering your own ship. There's a lot of things going on in the world, what I call the left brain world, which is all the business and the system, if you like. You know, you've got to pay these taxes, all this sort of stuff. It's there to distract you. There is a way to navigate through this. So if there's a bit of concern around money, worries and stuff like that, it will get better. It's only a few weeks. I know we love instant gratification, but this is about you learning to steer your ship and also shed what doesn't need to be carried into the next chapter. Travel is key. Travel is key. Again, it's a bit of a stormy grey clouds, but once you're sailing your own ship and once you're in a place of, right, well, it's me, it's up to me now. And this isn't, it's up to me, I need to do it for everyone else. This is about everyone taking responsibility for who they are. And realising about actions and adjustments and things that are getting changed. So it's for us to say, right, what actions are needed, what adjustments are needed. Am I doing this for them, or am I doing this for me? Am I doing this for my greatest peace? And in some of that, it may be a little time to just reflect. Now that can be having the morning to yourself. That could be going away for a week. It could be going away for a month. It doesn't really matter. But just know that the pressures of the left brain world are there to add pressure to you, to make you conform and get distracted from sailing your own ship. So as 6 comes in, this is all about the self. It's power number. So the power of 6, when that comes in, it's 2 3s. So we're getting into the mid frequency of this time. But this is all about you making your decisions, steering your own ship, being mindful of the distractions of the world, but most of all, people starting to take responsibility. Folks, collectively, let's look at balance between the masculine and feminine. Let's be the one that nurtures our own self and shows ourselves compassion, not expecting others to do it. Let's be the one that steers our own ship and make some plans for travel, but don't be above the day-to-day money woes. I mean, where we live in the UK is a more or less a recession, so it's be above that, because it's all underneath the giraffe. So this is about taking the higher perspective. This is not about spiritual bypassing, it's about taking the highest perspective. Folks, Tarot Tuesdays, over and done with. Please like, share, follow, and tag someone. That will appreciate it. If you've managed to watch till the end, and if you tag someone in the group, I will offer 2 private 15-minute readings for the person that tags someone and someone that's being tagged. So if you manage to get to the end here, please do that. Tarot Tuesdays. See you later.